today we're going to be sharing with you guys the top 10 skincare mistakes we've made. And this video should have been done a long time ago because I didn't realize that we were doing so many things wrong.
Oh, the past few years.
Yeah, like the past like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And I feel like in 2020 we finally figured it out.
Yes. Finally. So we're basically going to be telling you all the things we did wrong so you can do them right. So y'all just go ahead and jump right into this video because we're going to try not to make it as long as the last one.
So like 2-3 years ago, Kelsey and I both were struggling with adult/hormonal acne, and it was reoccurring over and over. We were so frustrated. And if you've had problematic skin before, then you know the struggle, how annoying it can be, how insecure you are.
Yeah.
Like you want to wear makeup everywhere, or you just don't want to go anywhere at all because you hate how your skin looks.
Yes.
And these tips made the biggest difference for both of us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share 5 and Kelsey's going to share 5, but keep in mind, we do have different skin.
We do. Yeah.
So even though we're twins, our skin is not the exact same.
Yeah.
So some stuff that works for Kelsey doesn't work for me and vice versa.
Exactly. But we're both pretty much combination oily.
Yes.
But our skin does react different to certain products. Like my skin is way more sensitive than Kendra's. Kendra's skin has become a little bit more sensitive.
Yeah.
But mine has always been sensitive.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So the first mistake we made was switching up our products way too much.
Too much.
When I tell you I went through the product graveyard last year and the year before that, I didn't realize how many products that I bought. Like, the amount of money that I spent on skincare was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like when I looked at all the stuff under my sink.
Thousands.
Yes, thousands of dollars. And y'all know skincare is not cheap.
No.
So when I saw all the cleansers and serums and toners and scrubs, like face scrubs, I was like, what am I doing to my skin?
Most of it was unnecessary stuff.
Unnecessary face masks. I'm like, why do you need 20 face masks?
That was me. I had a face mask problem. I had a scrubs problem and a face mask problem.
Yeah.
I would buy a ton of masks, and honestly, I just liked doing them, but most of them, I didn't really see any benefit. Probably 10% of the masks that I had, I actually saw a difference in my skin, and like the rest of them, I just threw out because they were a waste of money.
Yes.
So some skincare companies just promote them just to make more money. They don't really do anything great for your skin, really. It's just a money-making tactic for most skincare brands.
And I felt like every time I got into a routine and I set up, you know, all the products that I was going to use every night, every morning, I would switch it like a week, 2 weeks later. And I'm like, Kendra, how are you supposed to see
that's not long
any
enough.
kind of results?
Yeah.
So, and we used to get products sent to us a lot, like skincare products, like PR.
Yeah.
And just because you get something for free does not mean you're supposed to put it in your skincare routine just because it's new.
Yeah.
So please stop switching up your products. Stay consistent with the routine that you have.
Yeah.
If it's a good routine.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to see results. Yeah.
Because I was like, Kendra, you do not need to switch the serum, especially like active ingredients.
Yes. You have to use those for like at least 3 months to see if it's going to make a difference in your skin. I would just be super impulsive with my routines. So I would like have one routine for 2 weeks, then I would have another routine for another 2 weeks, and then change it the next week. I'm like, Kelsey, what are you doing? Honestly, I was just like wanting to try the products, not even trying to see what they were going to do for my skin.
Yeah, you were being a product junkie.
Yes, but you can't do that with your skin because your skin needs time to react to a product, to get used to a product. So just learn from us and don't switch up your products too often. At least give that particular routine 3 months, at least.
So this second one is probably one of the most important ones. It's imperative that you please take this advice. So we were not applying enough sunscreen.
Yes.
So sunscreen is the one product that you should kind of OD on.
Yeah, it's like, okay to apply more.
Yes. So you're supposed to apply technically like 2 fingers worth. So it's supposed to like cover
the 2-finger rule.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be like 2 lines of sunscreen here, like when you pump it out.
Yeah.
And I've seen people use a dot of sunscreen, like half a pump, 1 pump.
I would do 1 pump.
Just make sure it's more than enough to cover your face
and your neck
and your chest if you're going to be showing it.
Yes.
But sunscreen is super important. Like if you guys are using chemical exfoliators, if you use any kind of retinol products at night, you need to be using a sunscreen in the daytime because you're just going to be counterproductive and wasting your time with everything else that you're using because the sun is going to make your skin very, very sensitive and it's going to increase hyperpigmentation.
Yeah, if you struggle with dark spots,
it's gonna make them darker.
It's gonna make them darker.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not wearing sunscreen. Especially.
Yes, it makes you look older, the sun, so you're gonna look more wrinkly.
It might not happen now, but you do see it over time. Like
Yeah.
I still have some hyperpigmentation on like the high points in my cheekbones that I still can't get rid of because I wasn't wearing sunscreen at all, or I just wasn't applying enough.
Yes.
So I'm paying for it now.
Okay, so number 3 is doing too many DIY treatments
At home.
at home, and that was a DI don't.
No.
Why did I do that? So the main one that I would do is do like the lemon, because I was trying to get rid of like hyperpigmentation and dark spots. And I saw this on Pinterest. Please don't believe everything you see on Pinterest
Or TikTok.
or TikTok. Just make sure you do your research. So I would do like cut half a lemon and then squirt some honey on it and like rub that on my face. Like, what did I think that was gonna do? Like, DIY is not a good idea. Number 1, you're not a chemist. You are not professionally trained to create skincare products in your bathroom. Like, those products that you buy from, you know, the store that are, you know, manufactured, they're, you know, done studies.
They have preservatives in them.
Yes, so things that are safe for your skin are in them.
Anything that you're making in the kitchen and you like putting in the refrigerator every day and taking back out and putting on your face, it could have mold in it.
Yes, bacteria. It's just not good for your skin,
All
and
bad.
it can make it worse instead of better.
And then the lemon was probably burning your skin.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
making my skin even more sensitive. So it was increasing the sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering why during the day my skin was burning when I would use certain products for the daytime.
Mhm.
And like, Kendra, are you using the lemon and the
Yeah.
honey?
Mhm.
When every time you get home, like at the time, I would like do it like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And
I
I was
remember.
like, this is not working. I felt like it was making my skin worse.
I would do turmeric mask sometimes. I would do
Oh.
like turmeric, honey, and I think lemon juice.
Okay.
And then one time I did like potatoes and lemon juice.
Oh, I also tried aloe vera. Like, cut like the actual plant in half and like rubbed it on my skin. I also did that.
Yeah. But the one that I did, the potato and lemon one, I remember I did it for 3 days straight in a row because that's what the directions, not real directions, the directions said. And I remember by the 3rd day, I had a rash on my face. Like, I had these little bitty bumps. They weren't pimples, so they were the kind of bumps that you couldn't pop like a pimple.
Kind of sounds like dermatitis.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It was very itchy. I told y'all my skin's super sensitive. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. That is when I realized, Kelsey, you need to stop thinking you're a chemist in the kitchen and just do your research on actual products that you can buy. So just learn from us.
And at the very least, it's not doing anything at all to your skin. So it's nothing beneficial.
Exactly. If it's not doing anything bad or good, it's not doing anything. Waste of time.
So the 4th mistake was using too many actives in one skincare routine. So when I say using too many actives are ingredients that are going to actually be effective in your skincare routine. So I mean like chemical exfoliators.
They
like,
work the skin.
Yes, they help with like cell turnover
Yeah.
and renewing the skin and
Exactly.
making it look, you know, smooth and, you know, healthy,
Younger.
and glowy.
Yeah.
So AHAs, BHAs, retinol, vitamin C, like all those kind of products.
Actives.
I was using too many in one routine, and when I simplified my routine and only picked one to use in each routine, I saw the biggest difference. So only using vitamin C in the daytime works for me as far as inactive in the daytime, and then at night only using a retinol is a really good plan for me. So I just stick with one active in each routine, morning and night. Sometimes I see people do like glycolic acid and toner, and then they'll do a retinol serum, and then
Within the same night.
And I realized that's too much for my skin. So once I cut like all that out, I started to like separate it. So maybe twice a week I'll do a chemical exfoliator and don't use the retinol those 2 days. So I feel
that's
like
what I do.
splitting it up,
Yeah, it's better for my skin.
it's better.
Like Monday through Thursday, I'll use my retinoid. And
Yeah.
then like Fridays and Saturdays, I'll use my chemical exfoliator. And
Okay.
then on Sundays, I won't use any actives.
So give it a break.
So like give my skin kind of a break. But if you're using like a retinol or a retinoid and a salicylic acid in the same night, you're sensitizing your skin, you're irritating your skin, and essentially you're not going to know what is doing what in your routine. So kind of give each thing its chance to shine. That's the thing with actives.
I was also confused too, because I'm like, how do I know what's working?
Exactly. You have to give like certain products time to work on their own. So if you want to add another active into your routine, kind of work it in there. So before I even started back using my chemical exfoliator, I was just using my retinoid because I had to give it time to work on its own. So that's also a tip as well.
Okay, so the fifth one is we waited too long to see a dermatologist. So this was around the time we were doing the DIY stuff and not wearing enough sunscreen. We were just doing everything wrong at this point.
Everything.
At that point, we should have been to see a dermatologist because we were still breaking out. We had like cystic acne, mostly around like the chin and jawline for me.
Hormonal.
And I would get some like near my temples.
Yeah, I got like some right here. I would have like a whole cluster here, and then a bunch on my chin, and then a bunch on my jawline. So any jawline acne is usually hormonal.
Yes.
I knew that's what it was. And then my forehead, I'm sure, was my digestive system.
Gotcha.
So
going to see a dermatologist was super helpful for me, and finding the right one is also really helpful. Just do your research and Google. I Google everything. So going to see a dermatologist was the key for me. I feel like that took like a turn in my skincare routine, because going to a dermatologist, they encourage you not to use like so many fragrances and essential oils and like the stuff that's been irritating your skin, because dermatologists hate pretty much anything with fragrance in it. If they're a good dermatologist, they're gonna ask you what are you using now.
Yeah.
Because whatever they prescribe you, they want it to work. They want to see results when you come back for follow-ups. And sometimes the stuff that you're doing, they don't want you using the stuff they prescribe with the stuff you shouldn't be using. So I like learned a lot, like going to her. Like as soon as I said I used the brand Avène, she was like, Avène is great. I went on Avène and bought almost everything. So
and I actually put you onto Avène. I didn't even know it was like dermatologist recommended.
Yeah, when I said that I had the cleanser, she was like, oh, that's good. But then at the time I was using like this Charlotte Tilbury like moisturizer, night cream. She was like, don't use that.
That's probably too heavy for you.
Yeah, it was way too thick.
Yeah.
And if you live in Georgia, I go to Dr. Bellamy. So she has 2 locations, I think. One in Buckhead and another one in Roswell. So whichever area you live closer to, just go to that one. And it also depends on your insurance. But if you can find good reviews wherever you live, just make sure you look at the reviews and stuff of whatever dermatologist you're looking up, because that's how I found Dr. Bellamy. And when I went, I didn't even know that she was black. I just knew that she had good reviews. So I didn't even know she was a black dermatologist, so that made me feel even more comfortable because she understood
your skin.
My skin.
Exactly, that's important.
So,
and she was going to prescribe you something
that's actually going to work.
Going to work for your skin,
Yes.
Because melanated skin is different than
lighter
skin.
Yes. So it's just good to see a professional, especially if you've been putting everything in your own hands for too long.
And nothing's working.
Yeah.
That was us. So number 6 is using products with fragrance in them or essential oils. We were doing that way too often. So most of the products that I was using had fragrance in them. Everything smelled really good, but too good to the point where they smelled like perfume. And I was like, why am I putting this on my face? Because some people like the experience of fragrance in their skincare, but to me, you can just put on perfume or a nice lotion for that. Like, you don't need to have it on your face, and if anything, the smell kind of wears off after a few minutes anyway, so it's not worth it. It's not even worth it to have in your skincare.
And it causes more, damage long term to the skin anyway.
Yes.
And I've actually seen the ingredient, like perfume, in the ingredients, not just fragrance. Like, I'm like seeing the word perfume.
Like, literally put perfume in skincare.
Like, why would I want to put perfume on my face?
Yeah, no, that's too much.
So,
like, even now,
it would sting when I would put like fragrant products on.
I knew it. That's what it was. A lot of the times when I was breaking out, it was making my acne worse. When I was using like fragrance products, it was making it worse. And even recently, I was trying to use a new like hyaluronic acid serum, and it smelled so good. And I was like, dang it! It felt amazing on my skin, but I wasn't gonna risk continuing to use it because of the smell. It smelled really good, and I was like, no, this is not gonna work. And 3 days later, I had a pimple on my face. So I just do not use fragrance at all. I mean, you can if your skin is not as sensitive, but we highly recommend not to, because basically makes your skin even more sensitive over time, even if your skin is not sensitive now. And if you're sensitive like me already, it's going to make your sensitivity even worse.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind if you like fragrance in your skincare.
Yes.
Just cut it out, put on perfume before you go to bed, and you'll be good. Okay, so number 7 is applying too much of your product. Now, I was guilty of this, especially when it came to serums. Like you know how the directions say use 4 drops? I wouldn't use drops. I would use like the whole thing.
Syringe, yeah.
Or I would do 2 extra drops of what the directions said, or pumps. Like if the directions said 2 pumps, I would do like 4.
Yeah.
So unnecessary.
Same.
And you're going through your product way faster than you need to. The directions are there for a reason. So if they say 2 pumps or 4 drops or something, it's because it's effective that way. Like you don't need to use more. And plus you're going to clog your pores if you're using too much of your product.
Right.
It's unnecessary.
And also it's important not to use too much, especially when it comes to like retinol or retinoids.
Oh no. Not the actives, especially not the actives.
When actives say like a pea size, please just use a pea size. Because I've made this mistake of putting more than a pea size, and my face was very dry, and it was like it would sting because it was like oversensitizing my skin. So the point of a retinol is to speed up cell turnover, but you don't want to do that too fast because your skin can be a little too sensitive. And a pea size is more than enough, and it should cover your whole face.
Yeah. Retinol and retinoids are like, it's a very powerful ingredient.
Yes.
So if you OD on it, you can kind of mess up your skin. So this one I've never done before, but
I've done this before with serums,
and
like they have like a dropper.
The applicator on your product should not touch your face. So if you have like a dropper or something and you're letting it touch your face, you're basically putting bacteria right into the bottle. Even if your skin is clean, you just never know. So I would highly recommend not doing that, especially when it comes to water-based products like a hyaluronic acid or something. Like most serums have water in them, and you're gonna like add bacteria to the bottle. Oils, not so much. You're pretty good with oils because there's no water in them.
Yeah, and they're like they're thicker or more emollient, so they're supposed to like seal everything.
Exactly. So you should be pretty good if you're letting that touch your face.
Yeah.
But if you have like a serum, don't let that like little syringe thing touch your face.
And you'll notice too, like where you put the dropper, you'll be like, wait, where did that breakout come from? And you're like, wait, I just put that dropper right in that spot.
I cringe when I watch people do it.
Because you're like dragging the bacteria across your face. And now I'm more of a germaphobe now, even more than I used to be, which is like so much worse now, obviously.
Same. Yeah.
But like anything that I can do to minimize any kind of bacteria near me, I will.
Because bacteria equals breakouts.
Yes. So I try not to do that. Kind of like when you touch your face. Like that's why people tell you not to touch your face. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so number 9 was a big one for me. This is something I used to always do. Washing my face with water that is too hot.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that, Kelsey, you can get your face clean with lukewarm water. I thought the hotter the water, the cleaner my face would be. But hot water is not good for your skin. It's kind of like you're basically traumatizing your skin in a way and burning your skin.
Yeah.
So if your skin is red after you rinse your face, if it doesn't feel nice and balanced, that's not good. So lukewarm water is the best temperature to wash your face with. Even cold water, like super cold water, is also not good for your face because it's like you're giving yourself like a freeze burn almost. Like some people put ice on their face. I read that's not good as well. So many dermatologists recommend not to use super cold water or hot water or ice on your face. A lot of these things make your skin more sensitive over time and we don't even realize it. So I've been stopped using hot water on my face. So, because sometimes I'll also wash my face in the shower, and the shower water was way hotter because I like a nice hot shower. So I always wait to wash my face at the sink.
Same.
And the last and final one that we both stopped doing,
And we were doing it for years.
a long ass time.
Too long.
Using makeup wipes.
Yeah.
I know you guys have heard this over and over again.
And I'm sure some of you watching are still using them.
I'm sure. But it's okay. We're here to tell you that you're not alone. We were there. But it's time to move on from them. It's 2021. I don't even know why people are still making makeup wipes.
Because people are buying them, unfortunately.
That's true. But I feel like people still don't understand. First of all, it's not good for the environment, first off.
That's true.
We have enough waste as it is.
Yeah.
But your skin is so many preservatives and oils in makeup wipes and they don't even take off all your makeup, so they're a waste of money.
Like, do you realize when you go through makeup wipes, you never use just one?
Never.
Like, you always have to use like more than one.
Yeah.
And if it was that good at taking your makeup off, why are we going through like 2 or 3?
I used to do like 4.
Really?
Yeah, because I kept seeing makeup.
Because
Like,
it's still on your face.
Like, I would wipe until I didn't see anything, and most of the time I would still see makeup until I just went in and just washed my face with cleanser.
Yeah.
So it's a waste of money. I just highly recommend using a balm, like a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil. And if you don't like,
better alternative.
yeah, and if you don't like any kind of oils to remove your makeup, you can use a micellar water.
Yes.
They work way better, way faster, way more efficient,
And to
they
me,
don't.
cleansing oils and balms, I feel like once you start using it, it's a better experience.
It's very relaxing, right?
Yeah.
It makes the makeup removing process less of a headache.
And less aggressive.
Yeah, because when I see people use makeup wipes, I'm just like, oh, your skin, please stop doing that. Like, they wipe so hard, and I'm like, girl, you're gonna look like a raisin by the time you're 30. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. They're also bad for anti-aging. You're aging yourself if you're using makeup wipes.
Gravity is a real thing.
Like pulling down, because you can't go up because you're trying to remove the makeup.
Right.
So you don't want it to go into your pores.
Right.
So just cut it out. Just cut it out.
It's
Stop
just
using
better
makeup
not
wipes.
to use it at all.
At all, yeah. And if you, like I said, don't like any kind of cleansing balms or cleansing oils, try micellar water. Makes the biggest difference. Or if you don't like using anything, at least just use a cleanser to wash it off.
Yeah.
Like, please. Just cut it out with the makeup wipe.
And I know it sounds, you know, easier said than done. Trust us. We used to have makeup wipes in our car. Like, sometimes we would go to the movies and I didn't want to keep like my makeup on. It was like a really late movie, and we would just remove the makeup in the car with like wipes.
Not knowing you still had makeup on your face.
Still had makeup on my face.
Your face wasn't even clean.
So we were like huge makeup wipe users.
Yeah.
And once we completely cut it out, like I saw the biggest difference.
Same. Yeah, I would get less breakouts.
Yeah.
Because I would notice every time I would use a makeup wipe, like 2 days later, I would have a pimple. And I thought it was because of something else, but it wasn't. It was the makeup wipes, so.
Okay guys, so that wraps up this video. I'm sure there are more skincare mistakes that are being made right now in the world somewhere, I'm sure. But these 10 were the ones that we were doing personally.
Yeah.
And we found that once we stopped doing all of these, we saw the biggest difference in our skin.
Yes.
And we just started to love our skin more and just pay more attention to it and take better care of it.
Definitely.
So no one would ever regret taking care of their skin. Like, you only get one face, so I don't see why it's not worth it. So if you guys will follow these tips, especially if you've been having problematic skin and you're frustrated with your skin, then please take some advice from us and please don't make these mistakes anymore.
Yeah. Learn from us.
Learn from us. Yeah. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this video and we'll see y'all next time.